So this is one sample T and one sample Z that we have covered. And now we are going to cover the next tool, which we haven't covered, which is BLR, which is called binary logistic regression. This test is to be done when my Y is discrete and my X is continuous. Okay. Y, and where there is a prerequisite where Y has to be binary, because that's why it's binary logistic regression. Examples could be pass fail versus cycle time, defect no defect versus mileage of my car or mileage of my machinery that I'm using. Okay, so these are the examples because it's Y discrete and X continuous. So I will do a BLR. The path is stats regression BLR. So I have this data, stats regression, and you see binary logistic regression, and then fit binary logistic model. Okay, so that's the path to do BLR. Herein, in the response, you would mention the discrete that you're going to check. So I have the data for, I can check anything here. I can, if let's say if I want to check the accept versus reject, okay. And in the continuous predictors, I mention, I have a tenure data as well, which is in months. I put that. So in this test, what I'm trying to establish, can someone tell me what is the purpose of doing this test? Means what am I trying to check here? I repeat, my Y is discrete and my X is continuous. Can someone make a guess? Although we have talked about, but I just want you to talk about it.
So we are trying to hypothesize whether there is a statistically significant, relationship between Y and X. So here it would be whether the pass or reject is affected by the tenure or not. That would be a hypothesis.
Absolutely. So I want to make, so I don't know. I have a hypothesis, yes, that it has. So I will check with the help of hypothesis test. If it's a null hypothesis, it says that accept reject has no impact on the tenure of the employee. And we know tenure is a continuous data because tenure is 30 months, 20 months, 5 months, 6 months in the organization. So it is something which can be taken into different units. Okay, so let's do that. So I put that number here. I click on OK. We look at the Pearson value here. Okay, because this Hosmer and deviance is something which was used traditionally, but now we always look at the Pearson because it used more combinations that the deviance and Hosmer. So it says the p-value is 0.4440. What does it say? What is the conclusion that you're going to make from BLR, which is accept versus reject versus the tenure of the employee?
There is a statistically significant relationship between accept, reject, and the tenure.
Is there a statistical significance or not?
There is.
There is?
Yeah. Sorry, there is not. I'm sorry. I get confused on this part. Yeah, there's not because the p-value is high, so we cannot reject the null hypothesis.
I have a question, not on the this logistic, on the data. The accept reject equals 420 second. What exactly is this column talking of?
Which column are you talking about?
The one which we are working on. Accept reject equals 420 second. What exactly is this column?
Accept reject. Okay, let me show it to you. So we have the HT here. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have made this data categorically. We said we if it is lesser than 420, we categorize it as accept, and if it is greater than 420, we consider it as a reject. So that's the.
But then 40 is reject. But 40 is reject.
40, 50
reject. Then 25 is reject, and 519 is accept. That's what got me confused. Like, what exactly is this column talking of?
Okay, so there is, I think it was put randomly. So thanks for correcting it. I will just change it now. So you can give any sort of a condition here. Let's give a condition here as
okay.
Let's give a condition as 200. I think this was populated here. So that was a good one. Thanks for correcting it. So let's give a condition here. Okay. So
You can just use the if formula. I think that should be.
I'm not very good at using the formulas.
So I can guide you if you want. You can just do it for the entire data.
Yeah. So let's remove it.
So you can put in
if
then 278, yeah, is greater than 200. Okay, is less than 200, comma, inverted commas, accept,
reject, accept,
close inverted comma, again a comma, yeah, again inverted commas, reject.
This you can do for the entire column in one shot.
Okay, so let's put this data in Minitab. So I'm going to use another worksheet here. I put it here, and then so this is the edit last dialog box. Always remember, but still we will do it again. Stats, regression, binary logistic regression, fit binary logistic model. Okay. So I'm just removing this old one because we've got the new data being populated. So I'm putting this accept reject 200. In this, I'm mentioning the tenure data that I have. It's in continuous. So you notice in the continuous predictors, there's only continuous data that has been populated. So the Pearson value, p-value is 0.405. Okay. So it says, what does it say?
So null hypothesis.
It's a
they are
null
not
hypothesis.
significantly different. They are not significantly different.
Right. So this is not significantly different. Okay. So for comparing the HT versus tenure, there is another test I could have done. Can someone tell me? I'm just writing it down here. Think for a minute. So if I want to, let me do it in the same sheet which we were using here. If I want to do the HT versus the tenure of the employee, here I have done the BLR. There is another test that I could have done. Can someone think of? If you answer this question, which means I'm pretty sure that you've understood the hypothesis testing. There's another combination of the data. I'm just giving you a hint that you can make out of it.
You can use two sample T.
Here you're taking AHT as the accept reject or the continuous value of AHT. I'm sorry.
Can we do guys?
Yes. So I was expecting that you will ask me these questions. So thank you for asking these questions. So this HT is in minutes and this tenure is in months.
So we'll do correlation.
Absolutely. Wonderful.
Correlation.
So it's up to you how you want to do it. But I'm still not contented with this test. What I'll do is I will either break HT or tenure also. So if I break HT into categorical and tenure into the same which I have months, then I can go for BLR. Okay. But if I convert HT into minutes and tenure into category, maybe 3 categories, which test I can do? And if my data is normally distributed?
ANOVA.
One way ANOVA.
One way ANOVA. Very good. Very nice. If I would have got 2 categories here, then same condition to
Two sample T.
2 sample T.
2 sample T.
Okay. So this is something which you need to do with your data to make more combinations out of it. Okay. And that's how you'll be able to look at it. Because if you do this test, if you do a correlation, it might say that there is a positive or a negative correlation. Okay. There could be some R value, but still you are not sure it. So Anand, remember you asked me a question yesterday that if I can go and convert hold into and convert into different subgroups. You can do this as well. You can do this as well. Okay, to get to the root cause. So you can use a lot of combinations. Okay, but you should be aware that which test is to be done in what scenario.